I got my team Try and Ash with me.
Yo, yo, yo.
That's good.
Shit. I thought today we'd do something a little different today. I thought about, what is people's favorite record labels when it comes to hip hop, R&B, and whatnot. So that's why this episode I'm dedicating that to the top 20 record labels in hip hop and R&B. I thought this would be a very interesting list. Um, yeah, man, like very, very dope. Very can't wait to see what everyone's thoughts are and stuff like that. So I'm ready when everybody else is. Y'all ready?
Mhm.
All right. All right. So when it comes to my number 20, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to say Dreamville. Dreamville is my number 20. Um,
Mm.
Definitely like one of my favorite hip hop labels in this day and age. That's J. Cole's label. Has cats like JID, Ari Lennox, and so on and so on. There's definitely that underground southern hip hop that people love and shit like that. Even though people like to shit on Dreamville sometimes, but fuck it, like Dreamville's my number 20.
Mm-hmm. Ashley, you wanna go?
You go.
I got Tommy Boy, number 20. Got acts like Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature, De La Soul, um, Jaeger, great. I don't want to say they're a great label, but they don't pay their artists, but they don't stream their artist music on Spotify and shit. But at one point they had like a pretty good hip hop label. I think some D's was on that label as well back in the '80s. You know, great artist, Hall of Fame type of artist. But it's still fuck Town Boy, and you know what it is. But that's my number 20.
Shoot, Tomboy. That's one record label I
Yeah.
forgot on my list.
Yeah. Well, for number 20, I put Tommy Boy Records as well, and of course, I'm somewhat familiar with them because, of course, I know Force MDs were on that label. House of Pain, of course, try mentioning Queen Latifah, Naughty by Nature. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Shit. Shit, that's one label I literally forgot to mention, Tommy Boy and stuff like that, but I'll give them like a slight honorable mention. Fuck it. Um my number 19, this might be a controversial choice, but I'm gonna go with Good Music. This is Kanye's label where it has cats like Pusha T, Kid Cudi, Common, and so on and so on. Yeah, definitely good music. Got some heat too. Regarding people's feelings about Kanye West and shit like that. He knows how to put out some good dope material. Of course,
yeah,
Pusha T's Daytona album that came out. What else? What else? What else? Then you have when it comes to the R&B side, you have like John Legend's first three albums, first couple albums and shit, and you have Common's B. And then if you want to talk recently and shit like that, Tiana Taylor's recent album, the KTSE album and shit like that. Um, yeah, man, I feel like he definitely has some dope material. Oh, Saha the Princess dope on Sundays too, which no
yeah.
one talks about in my opinion. Nobody.
Well, man, we always go for controversy over here,
Right.
and I know people are going to talk, but I don't care. There's two labels that I'm not putting on this list. When I made this list up, it was consistent of actual rosters of labels that have multiple artists, and not like two and three artists, and then they call themselves a label. Like Griselda, they only have three artists. To me, that's a family business. It's not a full fledged label yet until they start signing more acts to their label. They have affiliated artists like El Camino, but I don't directly own that label as well as Fleet. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, so they're not on the list. Murder Inc. is not on the list because I Murder Inc. Street Team back in the 2000s for two artists, Jive and Ashanti. That's the majority of their money that they made on that label. And they had a full-fledged roster of Charlie Baltimore, Cadillac Ty, Black Child. There was a talks about a Cash Money Clip reunion. There was talks about Bobby Brown and Nas being signed to Murder Inc. Never happened. So they're excluded off the list because I feel like even though that was a label with full of artists, only two artists were coming out of Murder Inc. So they're excluded. Everybody else on my list is labels that had various different artists coming out, like Bad Boy, like Rockefeller, like Death Row. So that's how I went about making this list. So I have like a lot of underground labels that people forgot about. Number 19 for me would be Priority Records, No Limit. They had Ice Cube when he went solo. You know, they had Jay-Z before he got the deal with Def Jam. You know, he
Yes.
came out with our Dead Presidents. He was signed to who else was on there? A whole bunch of different acts was on there. You know, I didn't write down everybody, but that was like the majority of their like you know, the Lynch Mob was on it. It was on Priority. I think Boot Camp was signed to them at one point before they totally went independent. So they definitely deserve to be on there, and that's my number 19. And that's how I'm going about this list. It's like I'm gonna have some underground labels. I'm gonna have like the big name labels as well. But all of those labels have multiple artists that will come in out, not just two and three artists, and then they call themselves a label. So I don't really define that as a label, you know.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Because people think about Murder Inc., they only think about Ja Rule and Ashanti and shit. So
That yeah, that's the only thing they came out with. They didn't come out with nothing else. I mean, they had like the Murders compilation, and then they did the Fast and Furious soundtrack for the first movie. They had like that's how I had the POV anthem off of there. They had there was a couple of other Murder Inc. Artists on that soundtrack, but that's about it. Everything else was just Ja and Ashanti, and they had a full roster, and none of them ever came out. So they excluded from my list.
mm, respect, respect.
Yeah, my number 19 was Jive Records, and I was pretty much like familiar with them because I know they had artists on their label from High Five to Aaliyah, R. Kelly, and of course they had other artists that weren't R&B or hip hop. They had some pop acts in there from Backstreet Boys, NSYNC.
Okay, yeah, definitely Jive Records. That's a very dope choice. Um,
Mm.
my number 18. My number 18 is definitely Swap House Records. Swap House is definitely like Southern hip hop label that was home to 8 Baller, MJG. Also has cats like Mr. Mike, Crime Boss, Big Mike, and so on and so on. Definitely a dope Southern hip hop label from the '90s that I don't really hear a lot of people mention. Like they'll get mentioned eventually, but not like in the same breath as like Rap a Lot or No Limit. So yeah, Swap House Records definitely has some heat. You know what I'm saying?
Number 18, I have Ruckus Records, home of some of the best underground artists, Most Def, one of the debut albums with Black on Both Sides. You had Pharoah Monch with Internal Fears, Black Star, Sound, um, just the Beat Miners, promoting for that Basic Impact album, underrated album, and they had like some quality underground hip hop at that time. It's a shame that that label is not still around. Definitely, that you know, if you're a hip hop head, you know about Ruckus. Definitely was a mainstay in on the indie circuit, and I had to put them on this list.
My number 18 was Electro Entertainment. Of course, they had acts from such as Natalie Cole and cut close, so I'm somewhat familiar with some of them too. Some of their acts that they had under that label.
Alright, yeah, that's definitely dope choices, y'all. Um, my number 17. My number 17 might be in a lot of people's top 10, but like my list was very steep, so my number 17 is Rough Riders Entertainment. You know, this is home to like DMX, LOX. You know, after they left Bad Boy Records, you know, you had fucking Eve. Definitely like a huge contrast when compared to like the shiny suit era that was ran by Bad Boy and stuff like that. These niggas was like, nah, we're gonna wear Tims, we gonna wear army cargos and shit like that. Like just that street shit alone is what I fucking love about Rough Riders. Like DMX's first four albums, classics in my opinion. And then you had Eve with that Rough Riders First Lady Scorpion shit. Then Jadakiss came with his first two albums. Well, his first album was my favorite. Kiss of Death was okay. But my favorite releases was the Rough Riders Ride or Die Volume One and fucking Styles P, The Gangster and a Gentleman. That was my favorite releases when it comes to Rough Riders and stuff. So yeah, that's my number 17.
Number 17 for me is Ron Sayers Entertainment. Home of Ron Fresh, Kanye's boy. At artists like Brother Ali and Idea, Jake One, underrated producer, Ciroc, definitely a dope female MC. They've always been consistent and they stay under the radar, but they have quality hip hop and I always like that label. So definitely have to include them on here.
Yeah, my number 17 was Def Jam South. I'm only somewhat familiar with some of the artists that are or were on that label, I guess. And of course, I guess that was the label that really made Young Jeezy's career. And I know other artists such as Pusha T and Chingy are on there, were on there. I'm not too sure about that now.
Chingy was, not for sure.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's definitely dope. Def Jam South. Um, my number where we at? Number 16. Like Ash mentioned, I'm gonna go with Jive Records. Um, yeah, Jive was definitely one of those labels that definitely had like a diverse set of music and shit like that. When it comes to like their hip hop division, you know, they had cats like Too Short, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Um, they had of course Tribe Called Quest, Karis One, where even when he was on recording with Boogie Down Productions, and of course you know R. Kelly and Aaliyah and stuff like that. And y'all should know by like the late '90s, Jive started wanting to focus more on pop singers and shit like that, which explains like them sound like the Backstreet Boys, the Britney Spears, and Sing and so on and so on. So yeah, Jive Records that's definitely had home to like, a lot of iconic hip hop and shit.
Number 16 for me, I got Fondling Records, created by Barbito, the great Barbito from the Stretch and Barbito show back in the 90s on WKCR, Thursday night. So I grew up listening to that college radio show. But a lot of, they're responsible for a lot of, like Big L and Jay-Z and, and Cameron and Camp Low, a lot of, names that were just starting to break in the industry came through that show and started his own label. And he had acts like MF Grimm and the Juggernauts, the Arsonists. I think Doom was on there at one point, KMD, Lord Sear, DJ Lord Sear, when he was like trying to go become an artist himself. And they had some of the best, underground artists on, to ever be brought out. And I don't think Barbito gets a lot of credit as a record executive. And I definitely wanted to include that label on this list.
Yeah, my number 16 was G Unit Records. Of course, when you think of G Unit, of course, you think of 50 Cent and artists such as Young Buck and Lloyd Banks. Of course, I remember hearing other stuff coming up when I was like going, like leaving elementary school, going on to middle school. So yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, my number is 15. It's gonna be LaFace Records. Yes, LaFace definitely was like a huge impact when it came to like the 90s, when it came to like the 90s up until like the early 2000s. They had a good mixture of like New Jack Swing and the hip hop. Like had cats like TLC, Usher. They had people like the Tony Braxton. And then when it came to the hip hop side of things, you had cats like Outkast and Goody Mob and shit like that doing their thing. So yeah, and a lot of people don't even remember that Jermaine Jackson was on the label. I think during like the late '80s too. So yeah, definitely very, 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 very dope label and shit like that too. Um, After its partnership with the rest, I kind of lost interest in it, but yeah.
Okay. Number 15, I got Def Jux, Definitive Jux record, LP's label from LP from the Jewels and Company Flow. Great label for underground hip hop. We had Bastille on that label, RJD2, C Ray Wall, um, I think Mr. Lift was a part of them at one point. Just a great, another great underground label that really doesn't get the respect that they deserve, and LP as well. And I definitely wanted to include that on here as well.
My number 15 was Geffen Records. Of course, that label has like a diverse number of artists from all different genres of music, other than R&B and hip hop. It has some rock acts on there as well that really stood out to me, and some of which I didn't know, like Aerosmith and Mary J. Blige, of course, was on that label, and Keisha Cole, and I'm pretty sure a whole plethora of others that have like a huge list on there, but I can't think on the top of my head right now. But I just know it's a lot.
Alright, my number 14 is Cash Money Records. Yeah, Cash Money definitely was probably like the most impactful Southern hip hop label, like from the 2000s onward. If you ask me, like yeah, like they had like cats like of course the Hot Boys, with Juvie, BG, Turk, and Lil Wayne. Once that broke apart and stuff like that, by the time the mid 2000s came, the Lil Wayne dropped the Carter series, Juvenile dropped the Juvie the Great album and shit like that. And of course, you guys know that the Cash Money led to Young Money Entertainment and shit like that, where you had acts like, for better or for worse, Drake, Nicki Minaj, and so on and so on. So I definitely feel like Cash Money is one of the most impactful record labels of the South when it comes to like hip hop and shit like that. So I'll get my hat when I had to do Cash Money.
Number 14 for me is Culture Records, one of the best rap labels of the 80s and 90s, and having the whole Juice Crew on there, and then like individual artists like was Coogee Rap and Kane, Marley Marl, Biz Markie, and then you had Kid Capri who was like killing it on DJ circuit back in the 80s, and just the dope all around. A lot of their stuff is like out of print now, but they had some classic albums on there, man. The classic DJ Polo and Coogee Rap albums and the Kane albums. Love that label.
Yeah, my number 15 was Shady Records. Of course, I'm somewhat familiar with it because I've heard of I guess Eminem having a Sirius XM radio channel known as Shade 45 Radio, of course. And I'm familiar with the fact that the movie soundtrack 8 Mile was released on this record label as well. And former artists that were signed to this particular label include 50 Cent and D12.
Yeah, definitely. I love Shady Records and shit. It's kind of ironic you said Shady Records because I think we're at number 14. My number 13 choice is actually Aftermath Entertainment. This was Dr. Dre's label after he had left Death Row Records. Yeah, it started ahead of Rocky Start. When it came to like the mid to late '90s and shit like that, he dropped that Dr. Dre possessed the Aftermath album, which wasn't like a lot of people's cup of tea. And then like several artists complained that they weren't getting anything from the label. But then by the time like the late '90s, early 2000s came, you had Eminem. You definitely had Eminem. Just kicking out strong with the Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP. Dr. Dre came out with that 2001 album. And then by the time the mid 2000s happened, you had to Get Rich or Die Trying by 50, which like was also released with Shady Records. You had a Games, the documentary. You had Buster's The Big Bang, which is like a very underrated album. And then even today and stuff like that, Kendrick Lamar is doing his thing, and of course, on Anderson .Paak, he's definitely doing his thing, making noise and shit. So yeah, Aftermath Records definitely is my number 13. It's not in my top 10 because there's been like hella artists that was signed on the label and then they came out with an album, in which yeah, that's why it's not in my top 10.
And funny you mentioned Kendrick, 'cause I got TDE at number 13.
Ooh,
Great up and coming label, with Kendrick setting things off, and you got Schoolboy Q and Ab-Soul, Isaiah Rashad. You got Sir, I think Sir is a dope R&B artist that we slept on. And we got SZA. They definitely doing their thing. It's becoming a more versatile label than just hip hop. And I like what they're doing, and got J Rock as well. So like with him, and they doing it. So I definitely think they're going to be one of the best labels in the next, probably 10 years.
Yeah, my number 13 choice was So Def Recordings because of course growing up I know a lot of people have been hearing stuff from being produced by the one and only Jermaine Dupri. Of course, him discovering a lot of acts such as Escape and Lil Bow Wow, and of course, I'm pretty sure numerous others that I can't think right now, but still, a lot of familiar stuff came from that label. That some was good, some was bad, others were like in between. But hey, it is what it is.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not really the biggest So Def fan like that. It had some heat in the '90s, but yeah, not like the biggest Jermaine Dupri fan. But um, yeah, number 12, I'm gonna go with No Limit Records. Yeah, definitely another one of those impactful Southern hip hop labels that definitely pushed Southern hip hop to like the mainstream. Master P, Master P was definitely like the head of the CEO of the label and shit like that. The No Limit Records I mostly like, to be keeping it a buck with y'all. It's definitely when it was like the early No Limit Records, when it was signed with Priority Records, when they did shit like Master P, The Ghetto's Trying to Kill Me, and 99 Ways to Die, Ice Cream Man, um, True with the True album and stuff like that. Cain and Abel with Seven Sins. And then like by the time it got like really big, you had shit like Ghetto D, Unpredictable by Mystical, you know, Stick the Shocker, Charge It to the Game album. Yeah, and like they were coming out with albums like almost every week, left and right, and shit like that. I think, in my opinion, the last good release that came from that label was Snoop's The Last Meal, ironically, but yeah, after 2000, I kind of was like, eh. And I'm not like the biggest like No Limit. I'm not like the biggest No Limit fan and shit like that. But yeah, definitely a very influential Southern hip hop label. Like people want to play them, but a lot of rappers, Southern rappers, get that style from that shit even to this day.
And the 12, I got Stone Throw Records, definitely one of the best indie labels. So they had they got Madlib and Peanut Butter Wolf. Um, what else is on? Of course, Dilla. Rest in peace, Dilla. Alex Black, Dan Pimp. They very versatile label with R&B artists and funk artists and hip hop, and they have a documentary about how the label started. I saw it on Netflix like maybe 3 4 years ago. So people was like want to watch it, check out, look for that. Don't Throw documentary. Definitely a dope label.
My number 12 pick was Uptown Records because when you think of like Uptown Records, you really think of the of people really definitely getting their start in order to get to where they are now. And I think of acts such as Jodeci and Mary J. Blige, of course, and Heavy D and the Boys, and I'm pretty sure there's numerous others who definitely got their start from Uptown Records.
Yeah, Uptown definitely have a lot of love for Uptown. My number 11 is actually going to be Rockefeller Records. Um, yeah, man, definitely a love. Gotta give it up for the Rock. Jay Z, Dames, Biggs. They definitely had that street approach to that shit. Of course, albums like Reasonable Doubt, The Coming of Age, Volume 2, Hard Knock Life. Then you got Beanie Siegel with like The Becoming, The Reason, the State Property One album and shit like that. Um, Kanye's first couple albums like definitely had that like good ass like Rockefeller. Whenever I just think of Rockefeller, I just think of like the old street movies and shit like that. Like definitely had that diverse bag, street hip hop, and then of course when Kanye came out, just had they just definitely how can I put this? How can I put this? Reintroduced a new game. Like it definitely opened doors for like the good music and the Rock Nation. So yeah, definitely Rockefeller, definitely one of my favorite labels of all time, of course.
Number 11, for me, I got Our Future. Another versatile, West Coast label. Tyler, the Creator, versatile artist. Earl Sweatshirt, one of the best. We got Haji Beats, Domo Genesis, The Internet, a nice R&B group. I think they slept on. You know, that was even the camp that Frank Ocean came from. He's not signed to them. He was from there, but definitely another. I feel like they're like TDE. They're like another promising up and coming label, and I definitely see bigger things happening for them in the future.
Yeah, my number 11 is Ruthless Records. Of course, I know the history of it so somewhat because I know that's Eazy-E's record label, and of course he had a bunch of acts signed to it, such as Miss Chalet and of course Bone Thugs and Harmony, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely Ruthless Records, another important West Coast label. Um, Number
Mhm.
10, sticking to the West Coast of things, I'm gonna go with Top Dawg Entertainment. Yeah, definitely another like one of those independent labels that is laying groundwork for hip hop when it comes to like the West Coast. You got the whole Black Hippie crew and shit like that. With albums like um, Absol with the Control System album, Kendrick with Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City, Schoolboy Q, Habits and Contradictions, Blank Face EP, Oxymoron, And then even with the R&B side of things, you know, you have SZA with the Control album and stuff like that. And even Sir's Chasing Summer, which came out in like 2019, that was very dope shit right there. So yeah, definitely. Top Dog Entertainment definitely had like a lot of dope material and shit like that. So yeah, it's always leave you as on the edge of your seat, in my opinion.
10, I got Mellow Music Group. You know, it's a underground label, but it has a lot of big name artists. You know, Pete Rock got some stuff on here. You know, Chris Rivers, Big Pun Son, dropped the album on there. Pharrell Ortiz, Cool Keith, Old Speed, um, Apollo Brown, Odyssey. I think Odyssey is one of the best, you know, to rarely goes under the radar, but he has like a lot of like dope albums in the past decade, and Razzcast as well. He has some dope joints on that label. So I definitely think Mellow Music Group needs respect, and I had to put that on my list.
Yeah, my number 10 was Rockefeller, of course. I'm somewhat familiar with that because it's not only the label that was founded by Jay-Z, of course, and Dame Dash and all that. I'm a little familiar with like some not only not besides Jay-Z, of course, Benny Siegel and Cameron, and of course later on they had like some other artists that yeah, forgive me, yeah, I can't think straight today, forgive me. It was just I don't know what it was about this label. I mean, what can really be said about it?
Definitely, definitely. Um, my number 9 pick, Rap A Lot Records. In my opinion, my favorite record label when it comes to like Southern hip hop. A lot of my favorite albums, like in hip hop history, just came out with this one. You know, Ghetto Boy and put it on that other level. Um, Big Mike and 3-2 with the Convicts album, which I need to get in my collection, but that shit's so expensive. You know, of course, Get a Boy, We Can't Be Stopped. Scarface, Mr. Scarface is back. Then you have Gangsta Nigga, South Park Psycho. Then we're not even gonna discuss Scarface's solo discography and shit. Yeah,